because we are talking about how to get, first of all, more engaged, more people attending your events, because now it's getting tougher and tougher getting people attending your events. Then we are going to talk about how to use Instagram stories to grow and to connect with your potential clients. And then we're to talk about how to have a 70 to 80% retention rate in your webinars, which is something unheard of. Generally, it's about like a 40-50%. So we're going to cover that. So let me start immediately. Let me start the music. Now, how do we... And if you have any question, by the way, during this broadcast, let me know your questions because I'm here for you. We're going to do this live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. UK. Hello, Caroline. Great to see you. Any question, any comment, be engaged, be here because I'm here for you. You know, I don't like just a boring audience. Otherwise, I will become a boring presenter. Greetings from New York, Dennis, straight from New York. Now, let's start. Let's start the music. How do you get more people attending your event? First of all, right now, you know that if you are running a free event, you will need at least for, let's say, having 50 people in the room, you will need at least 250, almost 300 registration. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. And why is that? Because now there are so many free events and people are so time scarce that they might sign up for an event, but it's very rarely that they will go. Now, the reason suddenly, if you tweak, if you just change perception, suddenly you don't need as many registration to get these 40, 50, or even 20 people. Don't need 100 registration to get 20 people in the room. This is how you're going to do. Think about where those people are. So once they register, make sure you collect the name, email address, phone number, and surname. So name, surname, email address, and phone number. Why do you want the phone number as well? Because some people might be resistant to leave the phone number, but you will find that the conversion on the landing page for the event, for someone that gives you the phone number, is not that lower compared to someone just giving you their email, but people that are giving you the phone number are more qualified, are more interested. It means they really genuinely are interested in you, are interested in your event, and they would not mind to be contacted. Some people, yes, they put a fake phone number, but hey, screw it, right? So what you want to do is once you have the phone number and once you know where those people are, connect with them on Facebook, connect with them on WhatsApp, connect with them on Viber if they have Viber, wherever they are. And why are you doing that? Because prior to the event, you want to build a personal relationship with them. Now, the problem is that people are almost not responsive anymore to emails. Yeah, email works, but they are more responsive if you are, let's say, they're more responsive if they know you and they really want to read your content. So if you know that you're delivering incredible content, then they are really responsive. However, if they just maybe sign up to your list and they got their PDF that they wanted and they might not give a freaking damn about you anymore, then how do you do it? Right? So you start connecting with them on Instagram, start connecting with them on Messenger, start connecting with them on WhatsApp. Send them a message and say, hey, thank you very much for subscribing to this event. I'm looking forward to see you there. Is there anything I can do for you? Any question you have before? I'm here. Now, you can write a written message, but if you're good on camera, that's where the sweet spot is. If you're good on camera, then send them a recorded message and say, hey, my name is Simone. Thank you very much for registering to the event. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. This is what you're going to learn. And if you have any question, come and talk to me. That you can reach out to me here. So not many people would do that. Not many people will do that. Why? Because it's time consuming. Why? Because people think that they want to automate everything that they can or everything that they want. But what's missing right now is personal touch. And I remember Gary Vee saying in the Ask Gary Vee book that people that will put this personal touch back, they are the people that will crush it in business. And guess what? I took that advice and immediately, as you know, I learned something, I take action. It's what you should do as well. Learn something, take action immediately. If you have an event coming up, send them a Facebook message, send them a WhatsApp, do whatever you can to engage with them. And guess what? The last event, sent a WhatsApp message to a client. He actually wasn't supposed to come to the event, he did because something else came up. But then he decided to attend because of that message. Because of that message, he came to the event, he bought our first course, and then he came to our weekend, he bought our second course. Now, I've earned a total of about £8,000 from that WhatsApp message. I'm happy? Oh, heck yeah. It's freaking worth it. So do this. Connect with your audience in person. Do as much as you can. Of course, don't stalk them, like knock at the door and say, hey, you sign up at my event. Are you doing? Don't go there, because otherwise it's like 991 199 police. Hey, this guy's, I signed up for this event. This guy's is stalking me. So no. But see where they are and make sure you connect with them as much as possible. If it's making sense, give me some likes, give me some hearts, share some love, because I would love to see if that makes sense to you. And write, what are you going to do? Let me know what are you going to do? Are you going to write a WhatsApp message? Are you going to do a Facebook message? Are you going to send them a personal, if you get their address, and send them a personal letter, written letter? That's like going to a whole new level. I'm not going to do it right now, but that's going to a whole new level. Hello, Bogdan, the one and the only Bogdan in the house. Great to see you, buddy. So now we've been talking about increasing your attendance to your events. Now we are going to talk about using Instagram stories to connect with your clients, to connect with your potential clients. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop some names, because I've got this strategy while listening from a podcast which is called the Social Media Examiner. If you're into social media, if you want to use social media to grow your business, the podcast, the Social Media Examiner, I found it is the best one. The host is Michael Stelzner, and he gets guest interviews, and it's just pure value. Is awesome. I love that bloody podcast. I've been listening to it for a few years, and I will keep listening to it. So Michael Stelzner was that the Social Media Examiner, and the podcast is called the Social Media Marketing Podcast. And Michael Stelzner was interviewing a woman called Sue B. Zimmerman. And she is the Instagram expert. So in fact, if you go on Instagram and you type at the Instagram expert, you can find Sue B. Zimmerman. And I tell you, this is a woman to follow. Because if you want to know how to use Instagram well, she knows her stuff. So this is what she said. And this is what you're going to do. To use Instagram stories are a great way to engage your audience. Now, how can you make a story engaging rather than a boring one? First of all, make it short, like less than a minute. Don't put like 15 minutes. I remember I was creating this story, and it was about 4.5 minutes long. And where in Instagram stories you can see all the small segments on the top. There were about like 45 of them. It was crazy, right? Don't do that, because people will start clicking, they will tap the screen, they will tap maximum 4 or 5 times. After a while, unless what you're delivering is super freaking awesome, but even if it's super freaking awesome, they get bored. So don't do that, right? Make sense? Cool. So very short. Second, have a theme. So it's not about showing your life in Instagram stories. It's about having a theme. So teach them something useful while showing your life. So you can show your life giving them an example, but it must be a theme. And this must be segments that you are going to use to explain that theme. So for example, if you have a concept, I was doing an Instagram story that got actually the most engagement I had, and I'm pretty new to Instagram, so I'm just like putting my feet up, and generally I got like 4 or 5 people watching my Instagram stories, and this one I got 45 people watching my Instagram story, and I was like, wow, this works. I was saying, okay, in this Instagram story I will teach you X. I will teach you the 4 pillars on how to grow a 6-figure coaching business. Then next one, pillar 1, short 5 to 10 second segment. Second, pillar 2, short of 5 to 10 second segment. Pillar 3 and pillar 4, so there were 4 videos, and the 5th one, a call to action. Bam, done. 50 seconds, got incredible engagement, people came in. But And so when you're using the Instagram stories, it is also great to use text. So if you're good on video, use video, but then on top of your video, tell them like a little teaser of what you're going to say in that video. For example, I was writing, today I'm going to teach you like 4 pillars on how to grow a 6-figure coaching business on the first one. Then in the second one, I put pillar 1. Second one, put pillar, on the third one, I put pillar 2. On the fourth one, I put pillar 3. On the fifth one, I put pillar 4. And then on the sixth one, I put join our private Facebook group. Click on the link in my Instagram. Making sense, guys? So you want to tease them into the content, because some people will watch Instagram stories without having their volume turned up, right? So that's not good. That's not good. Not good. So you want them to be teasing to raise the freaking volume. If it makes sense, guys, please give me some hearts, give me some likes, so that I know that I'm delivering value and content that you like, that you want. So and if you have any question, again, ask me any question that you have about, we told before about increasing attendance at your events, about Instagram stories. Another quick tip on Instagram stories is that how do you maximize your audience? Right now, in this social media age, is not how many followers you have, is about the relationship that you have with followers. For example, I always give this great example. My Facebook page had 300 likes while my business was already 6 figures. So people don't judge someone's business because of the likes, the amount of likes or the amount of followers that they have, because I'd rather spend time engaging with all my followers rather than just collecting millions and millions of numbers. Now, there is a point where those million followers work. Okay, don't get me wrong, having millions of followers is great. But what's the point if they're not engaging with you or if you don't know them? How about adding a bit of personal touch so then they can become client and not just followers? That's I think about clients, I don't think about followers. Followers is what allows me then to build a community I want to build and to get the people that are incredible into the GTEx family. So, how you do that in Instagram stories? You can see the people that are watching in the story. You can see the accounts of people that are watching the story. So then what you can do, you can click in particular people that stayed engaged until the end. And again, this was learned through Sue B. Zimmerman. You can find her at the Instagram Expert on Instagram, at the Instagram Expert. What she said, look at the people that are watching all your Instagram story, right? You look at the people that are watching all your Instagram story, and then from there, you contact the people that watched the most of it. In particular, the people that watched all of it. And you send them a video message or a private message. Hey, thank you very much for watching my Instagram story. I absolutely love. Thank you very much. I don't take your time for granted. I would love to connect with you. Is there anything you're looking for? Anything I can help you with? Straightforward. Sometimes what I do, I say, hey, is there any person you're looking to connect with, anything you're looking for? I'm happy to open my network to you if that's relevant. So it's about giving, and it's about saying, do you need something? I'm here to help you. I might not be the one to help you, but I might know people that can help you. So that's freaking awesome. Use that. It works. I got about an 80% response rate from about 20 messages that I sent, and it was great. It was great in particular because now I can put a face behind those people that for the moment are just numbers. And let's say I've got 3,000 followers, I've got 3,000 people that I can build a relationship with. So I don't have a huge Instagram account, but now I'm going to focus on how can I use it in the best way. Because guess what? If you deliver then great value, if you connect with people, then your Instagram account will grow because people will love the way you react with them and you'll be with them. Is it making sense, guys? Give me some likes, give me some hearts, show me some love, baby, if you like what I'm sharing today. So 2 resources here for you in this so far. Make sure you follow the social media podcast from Social Media Examiner. And that's on iTunes, on Stitcher, wherever you are. And then the other one is follow Sue B. Zimmerman at the Instagram Expert on Instagram. If you want to know more about Instagram stuff, that's what I've learned and that's what I want to share with you today. Now, we're talking about, for those of you that just joined right now, we've talked about Facebook Live. We're talking about how to get people attending your events. and increase your conversion rate. If you haven't seen that, your show up rate. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go back and watch it during the replay, where we talked about getting more Instagram followers and engage in particular with people watching your Instagram stories and how to create engaging stories. Now let's look at the last one, which is how to get 70 to 80% retention rate, which is people that are actually watching your webinar from the beginning to the end in the webinars that you're running. Now the average retention rate can go from like 40% to 30%, because let's be honest, a webinar is great because it's low cost for you, but it's high distraction for your audience. If I'm watching a webinar, I might be sending emails, I might be creating content, I might be doing my social media, or I might be even watching a movie in the background. So how do you make sure that the audience is engaged and stay with you until the end and they soak up your content as they want it? There is only one rule, and there is something that I've learned, and this is another resource for you. If you haven't connected with Dan Meredith, you can join his Facebook group. It's called Coffee with Dan. And now you can understand what I'm talking about, because we are talking about entertainment. We are talking about entertainment, or in this case, edutainment. How can you educate while entertaining people? Now, do you need to be an extrovert? Do you need to be like crazy? Hello, Lucy, great to see you. Do you need to be an extrovert? Do you need to be like me, shouting and screaming and doing all these funny faces like, are you doing? No, you don't. The reality is that no, you don't. But you got to have a level of entertainment in the content that you teach. Because if you're boring as hell, people are going to leave. Being a speaker and getting people to watch and consume your content is not just about the quality of the content, because guess what? There are going to be 100 more people that are more entertaining with you, delivering exactly the same thing, if not better. But how do you get people actually to watch to you instead of watching other people and staying on your webinars? Something I'm focusing on is making people having a good time. I'm sometimes telling jokes, I'm just being myself, I'm having fun, I'm telling them stories, I'm telling them anecdotes. And in particular, I want to be high energy during that webinar, because no one wants to listen to someone who speaks like this for the entire 30 minutes of the freaking webinar. No! You want to be engaging as much as possible. Be funny, take the piss out of yourself. And also ask them questions constantly. Ask constantly questions to the people that are watching the webinar. Does it make sense, guys? Do you get it? Do you have any question? I always say, give me a whoop whoop if this makes sense. And I'm there on the screen saying whoop whoop. So make sure that you're being entertaining. This I've learned, this is a master of entertainment and edutainment in particular, is this chap, Dan Meredith, which is running this Facebook group, Coffee with Dan. Now, he's one of the few people that on a Facebook group of about 4,000 people can get hundreds, and I'm saying hundreds of comments in every single post that he put up. Hundreds. You see Facebook group with 25, 28, 50,000 people, they get 2 or 3 comments. 4,000 people, he gets hundreds of comments. Why? Because people love him, and because I just crack myself laughing when I see him, or I know that he's going to deliver something that is going to be of value, but I'm going to be engaged while learning about it. Is it making sense, guys? If that makes sense, give me some likes, give me some hearts, share some love with me, because the more you love you give me, the more love I give you. It's very simple. I'll be cheesy. The more love you give me, the more love I send on your way. So how can you do that? How can you be engaging and entertaining? Well, my recommendation is to take a stand-up comedy course, or any comedy course that you can. Why? Because people love laughing, and people love to laugh. Now, if you are not the kind of person who loves comedy, or so I can't be bothered, you can go behind the principle. People love emotions. So the more emotionally engaged, thank you, Liz, I appreciate that. The more engaged they are with your content, the more emotionally engaged they are, then the more they will stay, the more they will listen. So what kind of emotion can elicit in your audience? Well, let's talk about fun. This is generally the one that I focus on, because I think I'm funny. I mean, hey, come on. right? You're laughing right now. I know you're laughing. Then the other one is, for example, like a varied, like sadness as well. You can get people engaged through sadness, believe it or not. Of course, don't make all your presentation sad, because otherwise people are going to leave your webinar depressed rather than full of hope and ready to move to the next part. But if your story is a very sad, dramatic story, make sure you go into that in your dramatic tone. Talking about the time where you lost everything you had, and you woke up in the morning and you didn't know how to do it anymore. And I remember, actually, this is something that happened to me. And I woke up one day, and the day before, I had a house to live, I had a girlfriend, I had money in my bank account, and the job. Because I decided to leave and to move to follow my girlfriend at the time. Then I quit my job, I quit the partner I was leaving, but then one night we split up. Just there on the phone the day before moving. So can you imagine how I felt in that moment, where from one night I didn't have a girlfriend anymore, I didn't have a job anymore, I didn't have a house anymore, and I had no savings left. All in one night. Now, can you see here, I'm going to tell this story in a more dramatic way because it's a dramatic story. I cried my eyeballs that night, and I was crying like crazy, like a baby. Why? Because I didn't have a clue on what I was going to do next. So do you always need to be funny? No, you don't always need to be funny. But the more emotional roller coaster can you give to your audience, the more they will love it. The more they will love it, and the more they will love you. Yes, the more they will love you. So this is how you keep the audience engaged. What is another emotion that they can get? Like, type down, what other emotion can they get it? Like, I want you to type it now, here on your Facebook Live if you're watching. What other emotion? Well, there is another emotion while you're typing, which is curiosity. Tease them in. Tell them what they're going to get next. So right now we are going to talk about this. But in the next part, I'm going to reveal this. So in that way, people are engaged and they say, oh wow, I want to learn that. And their mind is prepared to learn that. Because the reality is that human beings love a sense of completion. So if you create consciously a sense of incompletion, their conscious mind, their subconscious mind goes, I want to complete it. I want to learn this. I want to know this. So they stay engaged until the end. Another way is to offer a little bribe. There are people that offer iPads, but I don't like, because some people might just go on the webinar for the iPad. But I say, if you stay until the end, for those of you that join right now, if you stay until the end, I have a prize for you worth X amount of money. And then either it's a prize draw, or it's a session one-to-one with me, which is £500, is whatever is going to be, then that's what they're going to, or a ticket for a weekend event that I'm running, which is about £1,000. So something high value, then people can win. And the way I got them to do, and I learned this from the guys from that I'm learning Webinar Jam. I think they're a bit, there's not the kind of marketing I resonate with, but I think the strategy worked really well. And is to tell them to, ask them a question. So the first person who type in the comment box asking a question of something that I shared before during the webinar, then they're going to win. So you keep them engaged because they want to win. So they say, okay, I better take notes because I don't know what question they're going to ask me. And that works incredibly well because the audience is going to listen to it. So again, this is how you're going to keep your audience engaged. You got them into emotion, you get them curiosity. You inspire them, so inspiration, telling an inspiring story. Sadness, the moment where you lost everything and you had no hope for you and for humanity. Or fun, getting them to say, hey, how you doing? So what is everything that you can do to make them engage and watch until the end? Guys, today, just to recap in this Explode Your Coaching Business Live, which is the breaking news from the coaching and speaking industry, and I'm live every single week at 11 a.m. UK time on Facebook Live, on my Facebook page, on Instagram Live, on our account at GTExUK, or on Periscope on our account at GTExUK. Then you can tune in and ask me any question that you have, and as well I'll reveal the latest news on how to grow a six-figure coaching and speaking business, but in particular, what's happening right now, what's relevant, what are the trends that there are current at the moment, and how to use the latest social media or technologies that are coming out. This is more like a techie thing, and is massively important in our industry and in our business. Again, today we talked about how to increase attendance at your events. Another resource for that is to connect with Nick James, Bums on Seat Bootcamp. So Bums on Seat Bootcamp. Nick James is the person that worked with us and helped us understanding how to get in touch multiple times with different people. So make sure you connect with him. How to use Instagram stories to connect with your audience and grow your business. Resources here are the Social Media Marketing Podcast from Social Media Examiner and Michael Stelzner. And on Instagram, follow at the Instagram expert, which is Sue B. Zimmerman. Make sure you follow them. These are the resources for today. And also, we are talking about how to get people engaged and interacting with you, in particular, watching 70 or 80% of the people on your webinar keep watching it. And you got to learn from a guy called Dan Meredith. You can join his Facebook group, Coffee with Dan. You have a laugh, you have a blast, and you understand the art and psychology of engagement. Great copywriter, great and fun on video. He really knows what he's talking about. And I met him because I was helping him out when he did the event with Gary Vaynerchuk. So it's the one with Frank Thelu that they brought Gary V here in the UK, where we managed the event on the back end. Done! I hope you enjoyed. And if you enjoyed, make sure you join our Explode Your Coach and Biz group here on Facebook. I'll put the link here in the comment. Explode Your Coach and Biz is our free Facebook group. You can join it. Well, it's not free, it's actually private, but you can join it. If we like your profile, we will let you in. And every day, I'm going to help you out with your coaching and speaking business. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Make sure you click the link, join our Facebook group, and connect with me. I'm very approachable. Let me know how can I help you. I'll be more than happy to do so. Now tonight I'm off because I'm speaking at and emceeing Dr. John DeMartini's event, and I'm really excited about meeting such a freaking legend of the personal development world. Thank you very much for watching. For everyone who's live, I love you. For everyone who's watching the recording, I love you too. Everyone who's not watching, I love you too anyway. I love everyone. Live with purpose. See you next time, next Tuesday, 11 a.m. punctual. See ya. Cheers.